Do you ever find yourself saying the following? Today was a really bad day. Some awful person cut me off on their way to the office. My friend betrayed me, and the worst part is someone I know passed away. It's amazing how much extra effect our mind has on what we think are factual events. A key principle of Stoicism is to see things exactly as they are, without any judgment. It can be hard to refrain from making judgments if you're a beginner, but it can pay off hugely. If you want to feel better and improve yourself, try not to make judgments and instead see things for exactly how they happened. A quote from Epictetus on the power of your mindset. Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of things. It takes time to detach your thoughts from your feelings and remove value judgments. As the stakes get wider, this discipline becomes more difficult to master. Be on the lookout for these value judgments and reject them right when you catch yourself doing it. When you're feeling better, you'll have a much easier time dealing with challenges in your day-to-day life. And typically, when people are feeling good, they tend to be more resilient to negative events that may happen during the day. Mindsets are the way we think about ourselves, the world, and our place in it. They can be broadly categorized into two categories: fixed and growth mindset. A fixed mindset believes that intelligence, talent, character, and other personal qualities are unchangeable traits that determine success or failure. This is a very dangerous mindset to have because it motivates people to avoid challenges in order to protect their ego from being harmed. A growth mindset believes that intelligence, talent, and other personal qualities can be developed through effort and good teaching. This is a more healthy approach as it motivates people to take on challenges in order to improve themselves. So far, we've talked about how to form your opinions, but equally important are opinions of things that you don't know too much about yet. What do you think of the guy who cut you off in traffic? There could be all sorts of circumstances that aren't apparent to us. The driver might have a pregnant wife in the car who is in labor and he's speeding to the hospital. He might not be a bad person at all. Or the driver could have found out her mother was diagnosed with terminal cancer earlier today and is still processing that information. But many non-Stoics may project the worst and make a negative judgment about what will happen, whereas practiced Stoics know anything could happen, many of which we could be sympathetic about. The consistent application of this principle is the key to lowering stress, worry, and anger. While incorporating this principle starts out as a challenge, it improves over time. As Seneca put it on mindfulness, it is the power of the mind to be unconquerable. The way we think about ourselves, the world, and other people creates our emotions. Our thoughts can be negative or positive in nature. The way we think about things and the words we use to describe them can affect how we feel. This is where Stoicism comes into play. Stoicism can help people identify, understand, and change negative patterns of thinking that may contribute to emotional distress. It is based on the idea that thoughts influence feelings and behaviors, not external events or circumstances. Change those thought patterns through reframing one's thoughts in order to cope with stressors more effectively. One more thing to take note of: physical emotions and immediate reactions. Many people have trouble differentiating between physical and emotional stress symptoms, as they've never felt one without the other. As the great Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius has said about difficult circumstances, choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed and you haven't been. Feelings are not facts. We often rely on our feelings to make decisions, and this can lead to inaccurate and even irrational decisions. The reason for this is because our brain doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's imagined. It responds the same way to both of these things. Withholding reaction to physical sensations takes a lot of practice. This is one of the most important aspects about Stoicism. There are some limitations to Stoic practice though, and you may not be able to achieve discipline in all circumstances, but there will be many other moments when you can. However, giving up altogether on the belief that it's impossible because of a few situations is silly. In those moments when you feel like you can't meet your goals and are beating yourself up about it, use the principles of Stoicism to get back on track. Don't become discouraged or let yourself get down. We all stumble and have to pick ourselves up at some point. Remember that we all have bad days. How we respond to those bad days is entirely up to us.